Greetings all to another edition of the Racing Line. We're already on episode number 11. Lucky 11, that's my number. So good to see you guys. Yeah, what's the matter?
I get it.
You didn't.
I get it. I get it. It took me a second.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not your
9/11,
number.
but 11,
Yeah.
but-
Slow
All right.
today.
So we've got our old buddy Adam back. He quit playing the planes to join us tonight. So
Yep.
good to see you, bud.
Absolutely. I'm glad to
And-
be here. Glad to be here.
You can see our weekly guest in the fourth seat, Mr. Geoff Jacobson, joining us tonight already.
Let's
Yep.
go, Jeff.
Yeah. You guys
All right.
know him
Well, I-
with his videos, Little Blue Neon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Hey, I
So,
got the sound right,
well-
Jeff. You're good. Right on the money already, man. We're starting this out great, Stevie.
I
So
know.
we're rocking.
Told
I almost
you.
forget to
Told you.
pull to zippy almost and
Jeff
didn't
is
hit go
never
Yeah.
too loud.
So,
Nope.
but
never
we're here
allowed.
now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
well,
All
ready for
good.
it, Jason?
We're gonna go straight into it.
I'm down. We got some stuff to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
It's
Come on,
going to be
yeah,
a fun,
Oh
some
yeah.
fun highlights.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. Oh. They
Pit
can...
Road says he can't hear you, Adam.
Uh-oh. Well,
I can.
let's do this real quickly. Oh, I don't know why he can't. Oh, he can't hear me. But okay, it's fine. He's just being
Yeah.
all right. We're gonna do it. We're going.
All right, he's being piggy. All right.
Go Formula V's at Oschersleben.
Just a couple of moments on the field is now in the hands
Easy
of
for
their
you to
pole
say.
sitter Stefan Heemskerk. The green flag's down. The drivers are on their way. The smoke going up.
Stefan on his first pole.
Looking like a pretty aggressive start. I believe Parvin Ladar nearly going for some lawn mowing, heading down the start finish.
This
straightaway.
got real sketchy real fast.
Wow.
Yeah. As soon as the green came out, we started going. I think both Simon and I were like, "Oh, this is not gonna go well."
3 wide, turn 1. 4 wide, turn 1. It's fine.
4 wide, yep. They're 4 wide.
That's just the normal Formula V race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's super unlucky for Stefan. His first
Yeah.
pole, and yeah, he tried to slot in, and just made contact with Thor, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was.
And then Simon disconnected out of turn 2.
Yep.
Yeah, Tam says it's a billion wide.
Yeah.
And then Adam around the outside there.
Scary.
Great move.
Scary.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Oh, me and JP had some battles, boys. Oh,
Yup.
oof.
Ooh.
He's good.
Yeah.
Thompson gets a move done. Has had a flip on her hands. We'll touch on that in a little bit. Meanwhile, Jesus Rodriguez trying to get a move done down the inside. Jason Perry heading off into turn number 11. Looks like
This gets really close. I don't know how they didn't crash here.
Oh.
To lose as little time as possible, but Rodriguez in
Wait
the
for it.
76. Go Adam, hang down into turn
Oh,
number
right
2.
there, yeah.
Fully interlocked
Like-
wheels.
I started to say it looked like they overlap.
Yep.
Looking at that pack, it is insane. Rodriguez down the inside, hang off into turn number 1, trying to get back at Jason Perry after they're side by side.
Yeah,
Looked like
the,
green car.
Yep, this track was so difficult to overtake.
Yeah, draft train, man. That's
Yep.
why I didn't want to fall back in that pack, because I knew I was going to have the same issue that you were having, Jason.
Yep. Pretty much just had to try anything you could, but unless there was a mistake ahead, it wasn't gonna work.
Yep. Hey, Michelle. Dan, hey, what's up?
With you right back. They're still side by side, heading off through 4, 5, and 6. Then they head off into the carousel, turn number 7, and this is nearly where we saw Jason Perry.
Okay,
having
I got it.
early on. He's so
One
late
second
off
here.
the
I got to
race.
do something. Did you get the clip where Ron Mons out of nowhere, said Jason Green is trying to thread the needle, but that needle, he said, imagine that needle being attached to the Saturn V rocket.
Was that in this race?
It was in this race, I believe yes.
I think that was last week.
Yeah, that's one of his
Okay.
classics.
I don't know if that was I think that was last week. I had caught you stealing it.
Yes,
later.
I stole it. I stole it, definitely.
Still playing a dangerous game though with this, because even though they've got down to a science, if they get a little bit more risky, that is going to end in tears. Because this
Ron, we didn't have anything down to a science, buddy. We were racing.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going out on the broadcast, Adam. The sound level could go up a little bit for that for me.
Okay.
But I don't know how it is on the
continue here. Coming out turn
broadcast.
number 3. Rodriguez mega sideways and mega wide coming out of the corner. That's the opportunity that Thompson needs to get this move done for the final podium spots. Now we're only 25 minutes into. Gotta take a look at the replay to see this. Yeah, Jacobson involved in that thing.
Oh, what'd you do, Jeff? Oh, hang on. What? Wait, whoa! What happened there, Jeff?
I murdered somebody.
Yes, yeah. Hang on. We're gonna have to. Let's gotta bring it back because you're the guest. We're gonna give you some screen time here,
Yep,
Jeff.
that's
okay?
exactly why I included it.
All right, here we go. One more time.
Jacobson involved in that. Thank you very much, Josh, for this.
Oh yeah, there it is again.
Upside down.
Sends him to the moon.
Jeff is a murderer, Flavio says in the chat, by the way.
Gotta say though, if you're gonna crash
Yeah, just a little bit of a lockup.
Yeah.
Green going for a near spin. Did he hit the wall?
Oh, yeah, this is when somebody was blocking the track in front of me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Whoa, what a...
trying to avoid contact with himself. And
It could have been my fault,
Saved it.
but great avoidance.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying not to spin JP there.
It looks like the front guys.
Okay, this is the move, I think. No, it was with JP. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a little elbow out.
There was a bit of elbowage there.
Rodriguez and Thompson.
Yeah, it was just netcode. The two cars got stuck together and
lucky to get away with that. It must be
made Adam run wide.
Considering the nature of their
This was incredible to hang on to the spot here, Adam.
They've lost out on some time.
Yeah.
Montgomery is using this as a
On the
fantastic
outside,
opportunity
and
to try
then-
and pounce the driver of the 33 car, trying to go for triple three.
Right back.
And not finishing
I think for a split second,
Chris
was clear. But he managed to claw it back.
Now running at
Yep.
P3 after he got a move done. Drivers are battling oh so hard, but looking at the battle
Okay,
up at the
watch
front,
this one,
Parvin
Stevie.
Lador
I don't know if
using
you
this
watched the
opportunity to
broadcast
pounce
yet,
on
but
for
I am
Tulo.
so proud of
Side
this.
by side going down the start finish straightaway. Tulo looks like he's going to get that move done and remain in P1. Looking right behind though, Thompson running in third, Montgomery in fourth, Marzuki.
Guido, by the way, out of nowhere starts clawing his way through the pack. He came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Guido drove a really smart race. Andrew with the send.
That was a slick move.
Great
from
move, Andrew.
Love, the driver of the 544 car. Parvinder Ladar has a fantastic opportunity to bada bing.
Right here, Parvinder said he thought about it. He thought.
To slip his way up
Yep.
P1.
Yeah, you can see right there. It's like
side by side, heading down this back straightaway off into turn number 11 for the final time. Will
No.
Ladar be able to
Yeah.
get that move done? I don't believe he will be, as Tulo takes
Watch
advantage of
this
that
one.
inside line.
No.
Dirt tracking it.
Thompson with a drift coming out of turn
So
number
lucky
11.
you were clear.
Oh, and
Me
slip
too,
from
yeah,
I know.
While trying to slip by and get a move
Hung
on
on.
Montgomery to slip his way up into fourth. Tulo, meanwhile, about to cross the start-finish line and win this race over
Yeah.
Parvinder
DG
Lador.
was having a battle in the back of the pack.
Yeah,
I tried to send in the last corner.
Absolute pandemonium behind. This is setting up for a good photo finish. We've seen some of the drivers run.
Great job, Adam, though.
Thank you.
Incredible job. You you pretty much couldn't make a mistake. If you did, you would have dropped back. So
I held you guys up, but
all of those cars
at some point I was like, man, they were so far ahead.
We're separated
Like-
by about a second and a half. Awesome stuff here from the Formula V Weekend Warriors.
yeah,
But
it
he
was
still
what
put
the
on
battle
one
for
hell of
third.
a
It was
fight to end up finishing
P3 through P9.
And
Oh, yeah. Oh, and then
my,
this.
have a scrum. Dear
We
baby
have a scrum,
merciful
Joshua
Jesus.
says.
Oh my God, okay, who's upside
Wait for
down?
it, this
I
gets
believe
funny.
maybe Guido Marzuki who's upside
When I
down.
saw you come around the corner, Jason, it was time. I was like, where is he?
Bumper cars action when everything is
I was flipped over.
Oh, there you were. Oh, I came around the corner.
Upside
Yeah.
down.
Oh, not a great view from his cockpit there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
And then like 4 different cars flipped me over.
Oh boy, that was inside of Michelle.
Nice. As soon as I get flipped, wait for it.
Oh, there
Womp
we go.
womp.
Free.
He's-
Well done.
God. Okay.
That was one of the better shots I've gotten in a little while.
That was so
Results
good.
graphic and see all of this chaos going on with Gary Roval driving a Formula V race car that looks like it's ready for the scrap heap and going
Oh,
upside.
Oh.
Oh wait, keep playing it. Keep
Oh,
playing
okay.
Josh just said ballparked it.
Ballparked it. Yes.
Yep. But yeah, now you can pause it. But yeah,
All right.
great win for Thor, and a great drive from Pervinder as well.
Yep.
Yeah, good battle, and then great job, Adam.
Yeah, thank
Was
you.
definitely a little frustrated at the time because I was stuck in the draft. But yeah, it was a great drive from you to hang on to stay at the front of that pack because there were six cars behind you.
Yep.
All trying to get past you. So well done.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go, Guido. Guido drove a great race as well. He was behind me until I had my mistake. So
Yeah.
yeah, he just kind of played it safe and then made the moves at the right times.
So, Parvinder, if you listen to this later or now, you're going to get some heat from the FV crowd like I did when I first joined. Good luck holding on to that S2, my man. That's all I'm going to say with the P2 finish. Congrats, though. That was a great finish for you, Parvinder.
Yeah, he was super quick here last season, I think, and he had some issues, I think, last season. So I'm not surprised to see him up there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I'm going to warn everybody that's watching this podcast now. We had a bit of technical difficulty going into these next couple races, so it's going to look like a slideshow again, like it did in the lives, but we're going to get through it because
We're going to get things
you
up
love
and
us.
rolling for the fifth race of this Formula 4 Weekend Warriors.
Formula 4 is at Hungaroring. This
Ian Joyner
was
getting off to
difficult.
a
Is that up there
flying
front?
start.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Lasky.
Monty trying to challenge
Yeah,
Lasky
Ian and
for
Kane,
P2.
yeah.
Monty,
We see some battling
Tufts,
between those
yep.
two, but Lasky getting a good run on the outside on Joyner, going to be side by side, hang down into turn number one, and look at
That's
Monty
not too
and Tufts
bad.
battling as well. This is a pretty close pack. at
Yeah,
the
it
front of the
wasn't
field.
as
Joyner
bad in the
still
Formula
leading
4.
over
It
Lasky
got
in P2. Monty holding on to the P3
little
spot as it
sketchy in the
stands at
SRFs.
moment. Some drivers going side by side. Mainly Monty and Tufts battling hard still for that final overall podium spot. Monty looking to try to have a clean race. Considering the big
yes.
gap he has
This
between
is
himself
when
and Brad
I had to
Cathcart.
report a murder, Stevie.
Mhm.
Myself. I remember this race
Yep.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason Green currently falling back a little bit. Is that Julian Ditchburn as
Something
well?
about
Getting
looking in the
on
mirror
action.
instead of
Looks
where
like
you
he's
were
got on the
going.
inside
Oh,
there.
no. That was the
Oh.
SRFs. This one I just forgot where I was on
Okay.
track.
Not so good
I remember now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so on, looking to try and stay with the leaders. As you can see there,
This
looks
is
like
a little
McRitchie
spooky in
is
my
trying
mirror.
to make a move on the inside of Ditchburn.
Whoa.
View from the back of Jason Green's car. Yeah, you can see their battle. These guys side by
Please,
side.
please don't walk up and kill me,
Absolutely
James.
Contact.
Oh,
Little
yeah,
close.
very,
Be a
very
little
close
lucky with the
battle.
net code,
Heading through
but
turn number 13, and here's a replay to see what happened. You can see McRitchie there running by himself.
Less lucky
a
here,
whole
though.
lot of speed there.
Oh,
he
oh
just
my
gets
goodness.
T-boned by the
So
oncoming
easy to do in
Julian
that corner.
Ditchburn.
See exactly what happened here. So Thompson's there in the slipstream.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure how.
and I still don't know because you broke at the right time when I looked in the replay.
It's absolutely smoked, and then Kevin Adrian rolls back there.
Okay,
That
maybe
could-
I
Yeah.
did. I don't know.
That could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, no collateral damage. to the podium.
It just scared me, I think,
That's tough
more
for
than
him. A little
anything.
bit wide, and I thought that was going to get maybe a little bit of contact there as Lasky is side by side.
Yeah,
as
this
they're heading out into
this battle got
left-hander.
heated.
Tufts currently a
Oh, you think?
and it looks like Jörg
What?
Manny's going to send it up the inside. Yeah, he's seen it, and he said, "Thank you very much, there, Mr. Lasky."
This is still
I'll
only
take that
halfway,
third place.
so.
He's 4 cars ahead. Soren Goretz, he's now involved in that fight. Yeah, let's go on board with Daniel Tufts because
They're
I
going to mess
think-
around and Soren's going to catch up.
Daniel kind of knows at this
Oh,
point what's
boy,
happening
that-
here, I
that was a
think.
matter
I saw
of inches
Daniel
between those two hang through turn number
little
one.
later
Right
start
now,
backing
inches
out.
between the two of them making contact, hang down into turn number two.
And a force mount
These
through there.
drivers are playing a dangerous game as McConnell's coming along with Brad
This was
Cathcart
wild.
in the P2 spot
Yeah.
at Masters.
Everybody
Joyner
could
out
at
and
the same
away.
time.
Who's the next to leave the box? It looks like it's going to be Monty.
Oh,
Looks like it's
no.
going to be
Yeah.
Tufts and Lasky. They were 3 wide coming down pit lane with those cars merged within each other. Gotta love iRacing physics because in real life that would not have slid.
He's going to have to thread this
Once you
needle,
get to a
and
certain
that
point
needle's
there
gonna
that
look
you
like it's
can't
attached to the
merge
5
together,
rocket.
yeah.
And he almost tried to do it, but
There's-
look
that's what
out, because
Adam
here
stole
comes
Ron's
I did.
line.
I stole
Garrett's
Ron's line
not
there.
going to wait around if Wilkie makes
Maybe
a
it was
mistake like
in the other
that.
race. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, great move from
absolutely, and
Josh.
The mind games are really going to be coming in here. Oh
Watch
my
this.
God, Wilkie has already gotten back to the back of Daniel Tufts. I don't know when this happened. Daniel must have made a mistake. Wilkie has to go for a move here. He's got to do something.
Somebody
He's
got a little
on the
excited.
inside. This
Oh,
is gonna be
yes.
a dangerous move going into this chicane, though. Let's see if he can make it happen. He
There he
did.
sent.
Great job, Josh.
Unbelievable move
Yeah.
by Wilkie. Goes
Maybe
white
even
flag.
a
Good
drive-through
move.
penalty possibly, but the white flag is
Here
in
we
the air.
go, last
One
lap.
more lap of racing action here at the Hungaroring, and Lasky to get the move done on Monty, side by side, hang down into turn number
Watch for
one.
the
Monty on
switchback
that
here,
inside.
though.
Lasky trying to go for that switchback. Oh,
It's
so
heating
close to
up.
making contact between the two of them. Coming out of turn number one, Lasky trying to size up that run downhill into turn number two, side by side. Monty on the inside, Lasky on the outside. It's a bold move. It's an audacious move. Will
That's a
Lasky
good
be able to
move.
get the move done? They're gonna come to blows.
Oh.
Lasky making a spin, making contact with
One.
Monty, who ends up in the grass.
Yep.
Monty's taken out of this. He is done.
Green
He's still
speed
on
behind.
track for a Masters win,
Look
but
out,
that is not
no.
going to be it. Look at Wilkie trying to get that move done to slip his way up into P2, and he does it
Let's go,
successfully.
Joshua!
Heading down to got him showing a whole lot of SMB bias, but
No
not
bias, no,
Sam
it's
Garrett's nearly coming to blows
No
as
bias.
well. That was a huge amount of drama. Hang down into turn
We
number
just
two.
love our
This is
guys.
going to be a fight.
Yep.
I think he has only
Here we
one
go.
or two
There's-
opportunities left. Heading into turn number 12 or 13. They nearly made some blows coming out of turn number 11, trying to do
Ah!
looking at a bump on one of the Formula Ford. Contact hang down into turn number 12. On the outside is Lasky. On the inside is Wilkie. He's not getting back out of it. They're going to cut to blows. Wilkie
Two.
ends up in the outside.
No.
Look at Soren Garrett sweeping
Three.
it. And they come to blows as well. Lasky is a wrecking ball in this race. That's three cars in the span of one lap. Ian Joyner takes a checkered flag on the fastest lap of the race as well.
As
And
you can see,
Lasky
none of
goes
us
to
really have
finish
much
in
to say
second
about
after
this.
pissing off just
Yeah.
about every single driver that he possibly could. And Jason Green going to end up holding on
Well,
to the final
as
podium position. What
League
in the
admin,
hell
I
did
will
we
say
just
that
witness?
there was a protest on that, and that individual ended up at the rear of the lead lap.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess we'll talk about it after this because we got some more drama, I think, coming up in the SRFs. But yeah, obviously, here are the results. I know, Stevie, you're going to bring them up. Ian drove away from the pack. It never was.
His pace was incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't think 52s were possible. And like with 3 laps to go, he did like a 53.0. I'm like, no way is he
Yeah.
gonna get into 52s. And then the last 2 laps, he just sends it
Yeah.
for 52.7, I think. So yeah, incredible pace from Ian.
Yeah.
Um,
Joshua?
Yeah. Yep.
Finished somehow, still in the lead of S2, winning S2. So, congrats to you, Joshua. And then Mr. Cathcart in the Masters. So,
Let's go, Brad. But
absolutely.
yeah, Josh drove a great race, along with Soren as well.
Yeah.
Monty as well. So yeah, I guess Josh didn't get a drive through, but Soren definitely did on the last lap. That's why he's so far back.
Yeah, we talked to Joshua about that in the interviews, and he mentioned, one more X, and that would have been it for him. So,
yeah.
All right. Now, time for the slideshow.
The
Yeah,
Roval.
the Roval.
The pack into the final chicane.
The Roval will eat you up and spit you out.
Yep. I think we had 39 cars.
Yeah, nuts.
Marco blitzes the start.
Yeah.
Him and Sol are already out of the draft.
As they make their way in to Heartburn turn, Marco Panero leads the way over Slosh 2. We see him 2 wide back here in the pack. 3 wide going into turn 1.
Oh,
It's fine.
And they
So
did it,
far,
yeah.
So good, though. They managed to get it sorted out without any contact. Cold tires here could be very dangerous. We're going to see if anybody...
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about Randall, or to Randall about the cold tires thing for the SRFs, because
it's totally, yeah.
And super uncharacteristic mistake from Marco.
Yeah.
I don't, just by himself, he went off after absolutely blitzing the start. So yeah, that's definitely a very rare occurrence.
See Bradshaw leading the way there.
Uh-oh, does somebody catch it? Oh, just not enough room.
And has to come back at a pretty sharp angle. There's a little bit of contact there. It's hard to see.
Oh, that sucks. Oh,
And
that sucks
then-
even more.
Then Scott.
Yeah, that's their teammates. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott gets
Of all
clipped
the
for the second week in a row. He gets taken on lap 1. Really
Now the bus stop is
is,
a very
nothing-
Thompson slides. Oh, he's rolled
Adam
it.
Thompson.
Yeah.
Thompson makes the
Weehaw.
prophecy come true. We see him
Oh, let's.
going
I think we
barrel
should play that
rolling.
again.
I think we
Oh, there's
can.
another one
If,
over there.
if we replay Jeff's
Yeah.
accident, we got to replay this one.
But yeah, what I was saying, Scott is super unlucky. I'm sure his luck will turn around. But then I've never seen an accident like this before.
So, yeah, basically, let me walk you through this real quick. I'm not yelling, but sternly telling Wan Chi, get by me, because I know he's faster. Not paying attention to where I'm supposed to stop.
Thompson, he goes down the inside. Now the bus stop is a very, very brave corner as Thompson slides. Oh, he's rolled
Adam
it.
Thompson.
He just...
Thompson makes the prophecy come true. We see him
Oh, man.
barrel rolling.
And I drove away.
Oh, there's another
Yep.
one over there.
Mhm.
Jason Green.
And Jeff wanted to be included.
Yeah,
Simon
yeah,
Mayer
yeah.
Oh, you, Jeff?
Right up on the rear fuselage of that Spec Racer Ford. You can see them fighting it out very, very hard.
Michelle-
don't get me wrong, this is a good
Michelle gave
race
me a
to try
10
and
for the
make a
crash.
fastest.
Thank you,
No,
Michelle.
that
Oh,
goes
yeah.
for Wilkie
There's
as well.
Joshua.
Contact.
Yep.
Simon Mayer
Almost-
over-rotates,
almost got
trying to
punted.
avoid it.
With Jason
And then
very
Simon
quickly
again
on us.
unlucky.
So this trio making their way through that final chicane now.
For sure,
See
that
how
was a
this
great
battle
call.
shakes
Oh,
out.
he's
Yeah.
rolled it.
Approach turn
Oh,
one.
contact.
That was a
Oh.
lot of curve, a little contact with the wall that caused him to come down. We'll see as he comes through that final chicane up to the start-finish.
All right, we'll be
Keep
right
Oh,
back, guys. I'm going to
great.
keep...
Guido.
He's going to come in a little hot into heartburn turn.
Guido is
Tries
first
to
SRF
do a
race.
big wiggle, tries to catch it.
That's
Isn't
right. It
able
yeah.
was
to
his
do so.
first.
And then,
Yep.
Oh.
Just there, and there he was just
And he got
parked
clobbered.
in a
Yep.
very dangerous spot.
Flynn and Stephen Healy, these guys in a pack of three right now.
Also, Michelle joined us.
21st and 27th.
Let's go, Michelle.
It's good to see
A lot of curve
see
there.
Michelle
That's
in
a little bit
the
of a graze
Spec
there
Racer.
to the 655 of Stephen Healy, and that has opened the door for Michelle Lynn. She's able to
A little
see that
different from the
fight.
Formula V's,
Right
but
now,
she did a good
Ron
job.
Lynn with a
Yep.
10.18 pit stop time, and he's not been happy in a slipstream, so possibly gonna be some fuel trouble.
Epic drive from Yanchi. He started in 10th, and I believe he was at least 3 or 4 seconds behind Marco at one point.
Oh,
After
yeah.
the pit stops, 10 minutes to go, Yanchi is somehow
See that
right on the
there's a
bumper of
little bit
Marco.
of traffic on the right-hand side, who they are absolutely breezing by. Yeah, that's Jason Grider. So great sportsmanship from him. As we see Wan Chi Lin, he's there. He's going to try and make a move up the inside of Panero. Is he going to get it done as he heads into the bus stop? He
Good
is
move.
ahead, but in the back of your shot there, he's about 2 cars back, or about 4.
Then we had an
seconds.
incredible battle for the
And
Masters.
because he's caught up to the back of Tom Gradwell,
Yeah.
and looking to try and make one more position up, as they both look like they went quite deep there. Wilkie squirreling
Yeah.
around, trying to get by the number 909 machine of Tom Gradwell. Currently,
Did we
showing
get to
2
award a
seconds.
Thompson
They're gonna
Trophy
head
this
down
week?
to that chicane.
You know what?
Who's going to go in? It's going to be a
I'm not
battle
sure.
of wits as they
I don't
head down to the
think
closing
we
section of the track.
do.
See, Wilkie leaving a lot of space there is really going to cause him to still be alongside. He possibly could have been down a little
Great
bit
job from
tighter.
both of them. It's
Oh.
so easy to get it wrong there.
Slush Tui, they're clipping that wall.
Oh,
again,
Soul with the double
all way
bunk.
Again, there as they get onto the oval would appear, and that's going to give Flavio and Dallo the
Yeah,
open
Soul
door
was
to
having a
start
good
through
race,
as
and then
Soul
he
Oh.
forgot to
So now
uncheck
we got
tires
another battle going
for his
here.
pit
The
stop.
chain
So I
gonna
think he ended up
showing
taking
the
3
nose,
tires instead of 4.
applying that pressure,
Oh.
Which led to
Flavio
some
and Dallo gets a
Flavio,
hand
no!
on it.
We've got about 5 minutes
Fabio!
left of this race, ladies and gentlemen. You see there, Sul Ashutwi.
Yeah, he and Chang had a really good battle.
Oh.
Suddenly a hood.
Sorry.
That wasn't scary at all.
Dan goes,
Serving
everybody
has to
learned to
slow
check
down.
fuel.
Yeah,
Now
look
there's a
at him serving
trophy.
slow down.
Now that there's a trophy, everybody's
Really
super
odd.
worried
Whoa.
about the fuel.
Just
Oh,
like-
oh yes, I remember this too.
On the
Yeah, and then wait for it.
Doink.
Me too.
Who was that?
Yeah, it was a sympathy. It was a sympathy hit because Russ hit the wall. I figured I might as well too.
Oh, I thought Jacobson was going to force it free wide. Then we've seen some colourful moves there from Jacobson, but Bradshaw able to regain his.
Jeff has a reputation now with Zippy.
You know what you see, Gradwell looking to take.
Oh, I
his
didn't
nose
hear.
out, not quite
What
off the
did he
line.
say about
Back-
Jeff?
Play it again. Play it
There
again.
was a time where he needed
I
back
can't.
of it. Able to regain as he hops the curb. This will give a better exit for Gradwell. You can already see Gradwell looking to take a nose out. Not quite got
I think
the
a little-
momentum
A
yet.
little further back.
further
We can go further
Yeah.
back. Here we
Is
go.
before the chicane.
All right, right about here. Yeah, we're doing it from here.
Thompson
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Doing one better. We're like, me too, me too.
Jorg Manny then takes the lead. you think it's all over. It's sadly not. Is it? No! Oh, I thought Jacobson was going to force it 3 wide then. We've seen some colourful moves there from Jacobson, but Bradshaw...
Oh, he did. He called you out there, Jeff.
What'd he say?
Force it 3
He
wide.
said we've seen some colorful moves from Jacobson. He thought you were about to dive bomb it and make it 3 wide.
Well, at this point in the race, I have
This is
1X to play with before I get a drive-through,
Don't
so
know
I
how
have
that
to
relates
be
to
careful.
racing, but certainly a beautiful formation shot as they
I
go around
struggled
the
in this
back
race.
and it is
This whole
indeed
week I
3
struggled.
wide.
I mean, I struggled as well.
Yeah.
Zippy said you're welcome, Jeff.
Jacobson may just cut it
But yeah, I have 1X to play with, so I use my better judgment. I back out of sending it 3 wide into the last chicane. That's only going to end poorly.
Yep.
One more chicane to go.
Battle for the win.
Closing up on
Marco
getting the big run. Yanchi gonna give him the inside.
playing it smart.
Keep the inside
Yanchi,
for this final chicane, but Panero with a lot of momentum gets the move completed before they even get there.
It's a difficult decision to make which lane to block there.
Comes through, is gonna win this race.
Bobby with another podium, second podium in a row. Let's go, Bobby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Battling here in the
Oh, Jesus!
Have the inside for the chicane.
Oh,
right
nope.
Now. Changzong giving
Not
up
done
the
yet.
spot. They're going to take the spot and
Come on, Sewell. Get him, Sewell. Oh.
Looking to get the run here
Nope.
off the,
Gotta
off
force
the
some
chicane,
mistake.
not gonna get
Yeah,
it.
well
Yeah.
done from both of
Changzong
them.
gonna
Yeah,
take
great
fifth.
driving.
6th is going to be Sewell.
This next part less so.
Come across in 7th. We gotta get
Oh,
back to
yes.
that
Oh,
battle
yes.
that we were watching earlier for the Masters.
So,
This is more of our drama.
Joachim, yeah, he's in P1 for S2.
Murder.
Murder.
Exactly. Yeah, he's never alongside, just drove straight through him. And then unfortunately, Joachim, no. Great job holding your brakes here, though.
Oh,
Great job
yeah.
holding
No,
your
we didn't
brakes.
talk about that. The brake holding by him,
Yep.
knowing he was still in the lead of S2 when
Yep.
this happened, and he did
Yeah.
not panic. He held the brakes. Great job,
Yeah.
Joaquin.
Mhm.
Great
So-
job.
And it
We're
cost
attempting
him
to send it.
cost
Yeah.
him the
And then-
win right
There
there.
goes Josh, yep.
So we see Bradshaw leading the way.
But
here
a great,
on
besides that,
Bradshaw
great
probably
drive
gonna have
from
the
him.
inside line, a huge run.
And Dotto for the Masters win.
Slingshots his way
Go,
up the
Tom.
inside.
Whoa, what a move.
Wasn't-
Cleanly. Bradshaw doesn't
Wasn't
really
this
have
the
much
one that
fighting
Monty
advantage,
didn't
so
have
he's
enough
gonna
fuel
try to
and had to
pull
pull out?
I think so.
Wait a
Something happened to
minute.
Monty?
Yeah.
Jord?
I don't- yeah, he definitely did it twice.
Just gonna hold that white
But
line a little bit off
he
and
at
make that
least
car
made
a
it to the
little bit
pits.
wider.
And
Kind of
Tom
on the inside
puts it in the
line.
middle of the
Not allowed to
track.
get 2 wheels under the white line, so he doesn't
Stays in
completely
front.
cover that off.
Wow.
So they got this whole.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go,
1-2
Tom.
Masters.
Bradshaw gets onto the
Bonk.
throttle pretty early.
Well,
makes a
great.
big
I
whack
mean-
of the wall there.
All in all, for it being Charlotte, Stevie, I know we can talk about it a little bit, but great drive from most people.
Yep.
There were a few somewhat what's the word I'm thinking of? Interesting maneuvers, but mostly
Yes.
Yep.
for Charlotte, pretty damn good.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, track
Yeah,
was
Charlotte.
good, Stevie.
Charlotte tends to bring out some of that for some reason. It's the nature of that beast.
Yep. Yeah, and the track was very slick. At least I was struggling for grip as well. Actually, I made the strategy call to break my car, and I had to pit for fast repair after hitting the wall a couple times. So yeah, I definitely wasn't immune to that either. So good job from everybody. We had lots of great battles. Couple of incidents, but for the most part, with 39 cars on the grid, it was pretty clean.
Yeah, Tom and Adam, great, obviously great battle there in the Masters. Joshua, you better watch yourself, dude. You're gonna find yourself at S1 before you know it at this point, buddy. So, congrats though to Joshua for your S2 win again, and obviously,
Let's
go ahead.
let's go, Andrea. Andrea, 39th
Yep.
to 9th,
Yep.
gained 30
Wow.
positions, and he had 0 inks.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
That's
An
impressive.
absolutely
Awesome run.
incredible drive from Andrea. So
Yep.
well done, man.
Yep.
All right,
That's,
everybody,
that's a tough track to do that.
put your pants back on. They're gonna get to see us now. So here we go.
Okay. I think I'm prepared.
Okay. All right. So,
What?
I'm a little blurry, but hopefully
What?
it fixes itself.
What
That's fine.
What?
What? Real quick though, guys.
I still got points to do.
I know. But
right.
sorry about the blurriness on the camera. Hopefully it fixes itself eventually. But real quick before we get to the point, Stevie, I want to say something here and try not to get too political or rub anybody the wrong way, but I've noticed in this Weekend Warriors league that I've joined, I mean, the community it's a great community. And 99% of the people, 98% of the people, nothing but great things. I mean, I'm having a blast with everybody, Stevie, in the FVs and everything like that. Like the whole reason I joined. I guess the one thing I want to say, and this is not just a Weekend Warriors thing, this is a life thing. If you don't have anything nice to say, probably just don't say it. It's one of those things that are just, you got to think about some things before you say it, and all it does is get everybody else ramped up, and it's a bad look. It's a bad look for everybody that's involved. I'm in the military, trust me, I know. So just one of those things, I think. But I want to shout you out and all the other admins for handling everything the way you did this weekend, because this was probably one of the toughest weekends you guys have had this season so far.
Well, thanks. Yeah, you got to remember we're here for fun, and it's some very good competition, some very high level competition, but we're here for fun. So,
right.
Yeah. Shout out to Stevie. You always seem to know what to do to resolve things. I know I definitely don't. At the time, I'm always of the my first instinct would probably make things way worse, and it's you kind of step in and fix it. So,
right.
It's we're very lucky to have Stevie around for sure to keep us all in line and friendly, I think.
Thanks, guys.
I'm trying to change my camera here, guys. You can see me going on and off the screen. You might just have to deal with me being blurry here, so I apologize about that. Again, another technical difficulty that we can't seem to always get it right, so here we are.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think you just had too much to drink already.
I know. Yeah, my camera sees it too.
Yeah. All right. So
cheers,
let me see if I can. Yeah. Find some points to put up.
Oh yeah.
So, or some
results.
The results, yeah. So, Formula V's Thor took off, and look at there in the silver, Mr. Adam.
Thank you.
Chris Montgomery pulled up in the bronze. Parvinder brought home the gold in Spec 2. Is that his first win in Spec 2?
Not sure, but I'm not. I would be surprised if that's his first. But if it is his first, let's go, Parvinder.
Great drive, man. Yeah. Absolutely great drive. Yeah. Played it exactly how he wanted to or needed.
Yep. He's had some or had some bad luck so far this season, so I'm glad to see him up there.
Yeah. Well, and that was on the overall podium too.
Speaking of the FVs, we got Flavio in the chat saying Geoff had too much Mountain Dew. That was the problem.
No.
And Andrew and David rounding out the podium for Spec 2 on those guys. Yep. Move over to Hungaroring. Spec 1, Ian Joyner just drove away from everybody. Jason brought home the silver, Michael McConnell the bronze. Once again, Mr. Wilkie, he keeps pulling them. Paul Stevens, Dana Bellows.
Just to add, the worst I've ever driven and finished in P2. Just throwing out there, I did not deserve to finish there. I was sixth. At one point I was in.
There was some attrition that got you there.
I was in 10th. I was in 10th at one point, and I don't think I passed a single car on the track, and I ended up in second. So
Jason, so Navarra, Oschersleben and Hungaroring, you were mired in the packs of both of those. Did they both kind of drive the same way? There really just wasn't much you could do, or?
No, it was completely different. Oschersleben, I just had bad qualifying. I just couldn't put a lap together, so I just was stuck in the pack, and it was pretty much impossible. Hungaroring, I was just off pace.
Yeah.
I just wasn't at the level of everybody in front of me. It was probably the 10th fastest car in that race. So and it was different issues.
Keep in mind, Mr. Wilkie, there with the gold again in Spec 2. When we get over to the championship points, I'll point something out. But Masters, Brad, Jorg, and Gary bringing that home.
Let's go, Brad.
On the Roval, huh?
I was just saying, let's go, Brad.
Okay. On the Roval, Marco and Yonksi battling out there, and Bobby a good solid third. Mr. Wilkie, he's solid this year.
This is getting ridiculous at this point, man.
You need to start practicing, Adam. You need to.
I know. I need to.
Yeah. Somebody's got to give him a run, Adam. So
I got to.
And Yoakum, unfortunately, moved from gold to silver for that one. And then Paul Jackson bringing up the bronze. Masters, Tom brought that home with Adam and Brad again. So
let's go, Tom. It's a great move in the last lap. Great battle. I didn't include all the highlights, but they were pretty much battling the last 2 or 3 laps, I think. Right, Jeff?
Yes.
So it was, great battle from them.
Where's the after? No, that's not it. I need to find.
Zippy, I can't tell if that was a pun or not. If you were trying to like throw some shade my way, or if you actually messed that up. And knowing you as well as I know you now, I don't know the answer to that. And okay, so this was a Wile E. the Coyote reference, by the way, Stevie, and they're sitting in here right now saying, Joshua is the Coyote and I'm the Roadrunner. And he goes, wait, did I get that wrong? And Michelle said, I think the Coyote usually runs out of gas. So the out of fuel thing is still going strong here.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Keep going, guys. I'm playing the old man card here.
Okay, well, we'll keep reading out the chat. Flavio says sometimes the Coyote is flipping. So there's also that one too. So it keeps coming. It just keeps on coming.
Who's oh no, that was
it's a good thing we have that.
There were mentions of anvils in the in one of the broadcasts. I'm trying to remember the context for it, but Ron was definitely on board with the
falling anvil. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I remember why I remember that now. That was when Jeff hit Stefan. I'm sorry, I completely forgot that was what when said that. Yeah, we got points now.
Yeah, all right. The old man finally comes through. But
let's go.
Formula V Spec 1, it's still a close battle. All 3 of them are within striking distance. Thor, Jason, and Guido.
Guido's still there. He's still there.
Guido mentioned after the race, because I beat him, he was like, just keep this in mind. I'm still 50 points ahead of you. I was like, all right, Guido. Yep. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, he's still there. And in Spec 2, everybody's still in striking distance there too. Gary and Dave has moved up, and Nick Tulo's right there. So good to see that. And I'll just point out when we get over here to the Formula Fords, if you look at who's leading Spec 1, Mr. Adrian with 330.
Yeah.
Well, look who's leading Spec 2 with 378.
Yeah.
So when you pull up the overall points, we have a Spec 2 leader in the overall points in Formula Fords now.
Yeah, so, Josh has been he's been killing it so far this season.
That's the big thing that I think we need to mention here is he may not be the fastest guy on track, but he is definitely the most consistent. Really, honestly, that's where those points are showing that.
Yep, and he's really balancing the aggression versus overdoing it. At least in the Formula Ford and the SRF, maybe a little too much aggression, but in the Formula Fords, definitely. Because usually he's behind me or next to me at the start of the Formula Fords, and he's always managed to get past me and drop me. So he's really managing that well in the Formula Fords.
Yeah. So you got Kevin, Michael, and Daniel, and once again, they're all still within striking of each other. So Spec 2 is becoming just the Wilkie class now. He's running away with it. Bill Walker and Andrew Love. And once again, this doesn't show the number of races they've done. So I'm thinking that Bill and Andrew may be down on number of races a little bit. But then Masters is, once again, between Brad and Jorg, is really close.
Wow.
And
Brad
I know Jim has missed.
Let's go, Brad.
Yeah.
Leading both of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so we got a double in Spec 2 and Masters.
Yeah, I think Brad has to wake up at 4 a.m. for the
Yeah,
Formula Ford
yeah.
race? Something
Something like 4,
incredible like that.
4:30. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe even earlier. I don't know. It's really freaking early when Brad has to
I
wake
don't
up for that
think
race. So
I
so
couldn't
let's
do
go,
it.
Brad.
I
No
couldn't
way.
do
Yeah.
that.
Way more dedicated I would be.
Yep.
Yeah. Marco's 5 for 5.
Yep.
So he's 526.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, even when
You're
it's
pulling
close,
in.
like week 1 and last week, he still manages to
He
find a way
still
to
he still
get in
pulls it
front.
out.
So
Yep.
yep. So
Yep.
great job so far, Marco.
Yeah,
Hopefully
you're the best of the rest, and
Ooh.
Dan Wood down there.
Yeah, I would say
I got
Yanshi's
that
probably
right.
Yanshi's probably. Oh yeah, let's go, Dan.
And yeah, expect to Josh a little closer with his competitors there than the Formula Fords. But
Barely. Yep, he's still way out in front.
Paolo and Paul, and then as you said, Brad is 2 points over Tom Gradwell right now. That's our 2 Australian.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Hey, by the way, Stevie, somebody just joined the chat here. We got Mr. Wilkie in the chat. So, Joshua, if we're looking at the Formula Forge real quick, there is absolutely no way that you can tell me that you don't deserve to be an S1 because you're leading all 3 of the classes, and you're an S2, my man. Just keep that in mind.
Well, yeah, probably into the season. We don't often move somebody up in the middle of the season, but definitely when the end of the season comes up and they've dominated, it's
oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, what Flavio said.
Yeah. Flavio said you're a sandbagger, Joshua. There you go.
All right, guys. So I think this is the part where we get to visit with our guest, our 4-seat guest.
Jeff.
You're on the spot now, Jeff.
Oh.
So welcome, Mr. Geoff Jacobson. Again, great to have you here. Thanks for taking some time out to join us. As I said on some of the previews, you've been around the Weekend Warriors for a long time, a lot longer than most. And that was one of the questions: do you remember what year it was when you joined the first time?
I was actually looking it up, finding my old races. I think it was 2018, around season 4, is when I noticed I was doing a lot of the official SRF, and I think that's about the time I also jumped into the Weekend Warriors.
Okay, so 2018, and the Weekend Warriors, we started about season 3, I think it was, of 2015. So, all right.
Oh, Dan Stasinski says, I'm only here to listen about Jeff and Jason's other computer game. Anyways. Sorry,
Adam will leave if we start
might leave.
Yep.
So we'll be down to 3 chairs.
All right, so we will kick it off again with the first question I always ask our guest is, what got you into sim racing? What pulled you in? What got you started?
I'd probably say when I started playing like Gran Turismo 3 and 4 on the PlayStation, is probably what really started getting me more interested in the more sim racing instead of the Need for Speed games and stuff like that. And then I moved over to Forza and did Forza until I think about Forza 5. And then I started to get bored with Forza 5 because all those races were like 3-5 laps, and people would throw a fit if you wanted to do a 7-lap race or do 2 laps around the Nürburgring. People would throw a fit, and I wanted longer races. So I think I ended up buying a wheel, and I think Project Cars came out about that time. So I bought Project Cars, and I don't know how long I played it, but I got bored of that pretty quickly too. And that's when I started looking into iRacing and kind of researching iRacing. And I spent a bunch of time like researching and binge watching. I binge watched a bunch of Empty Boxes videos.
Yep.
And I kind of just finally both. Yep. His videos kind of, I was like, I want to do this. And I finally just pulled the trigger, jumped in, and started racing. And that was 2015, I think, is when I joined iRacing.
Okay. God. Awesome.
Yeah,
you're a little. Go ahead.
Sorry, Jeff was mentioning Project Cars. Yeah, Cadwell Park was in that one too. Zippy said, I'm sure nobody raced that there either, Zippy.
I think that's where I first saw it. I was like, what is this tiny little track?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So where are you actually located, Jeff? Tell us where
I'm
you
in
are.
Minnesota.
Okay.
Don't you know?
Yup.
Don't you know? Yeah. All right. And a little bit about yourself then. What do you do? What's your job? What do you like? We'll do a little bit of that and then we'll get back into some sim stuff. Tell us who you are.
Well, my job is I'm a Pepsi merchandiser. I've been with Pepsi for almost 20 years now. I work third shifts. Other than that, if it's not working, I'm pretty much just home, chilling at home, playing video games.
And racing, yeah.
Yep, racing.
Wrecking.
Nope,
Right.
that's very rare.
Never. Never.
When'd you start the Little Blue Neon and what's that all about?
Probably one of the first cars I had that I actually fell in love with was, if you could guess, a Dodge Neon. And that was shortly out of high school on a local car forum. And I had to think of a username. And I was like, well, I got a blue neon. So I'll just throw little in front of it. And I've just kind of kept that online name forever. So
yeah.
Which is crazy because my very first car was also a blue neon.
That's right.
We were talking about this the other day. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was my first car too. That's wild. Small world.
It is, yeah. I kind of love that car.
Yeah.
Dan, you gotta stop, man. Like, Jeff, Dan is teeing off on you right now in the chat.
I can't see the chat.
He says driving through the grass and taking names as well to you, Jeff. So
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, that's still even across all three leagues. That's still the move of the season.
it was
so
the craziest thing I've ever seen, by far. Stevie, you
I don't
remember
think
that
I'd ever
one.
do it again either.
I mean, it was perfect.
Yes, it worked
no
out.
contact. You cleared them. Plenty of time to the braking zone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
no,
what I don't think I could do that in like the Spec Racer Ford.
No, you were way past the braking zone.
Luckily,
You're
the
way past the
Vs,
braking
you can
zone.
be at the corner when you brake.
Yeah, that's the only way it would work.
Yeah, that was going into Madness or whatever at Mid Ohio. Yep.
Yeah, into
The famous passing the grass. Yep.
The legendary
Forever known.
pass in the grass.
Yeah. Move out of the way, Dale Earnhardt. Jeff Jacobson's here now.
Right. Yeah, he again to plug your YouTube channel, Little Blue Neon. Highly recommend checking it out. His videos are usually pretty entertaining. For no particular reason. It's definitely the super chill most of the time. No yelling, no nothing ever. I don't know why it's so entertaining because nothing ever happens. But
I think I go as many angry rants as I used to. But
That's true. It definitely appears to have mellowed out a little bit, but still.
Trying to be more conscious of my angry rants. But
I mean, but no, still props. Again, your videos are always very entertaining, which is why I'm so happy we got you on this podcast. Because I think when Stevie first asked about the podcast in the admin chat for SRF, or at least when I was talking to Stevie over voice, he's like, what do you think about it? I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not that entertaining. Jeff would be an awesome to have on the podcast because he is way more of a character than I am.
I don't think I am.
He's nervous. I can see. He's nervous
100%.
right now. It's weird too because you make videos for a living, Jeff.
Honestly, I was super nervous about doing videos, and I think my first few, I didn't even have a mic because I was super self-conscious, and I was worried I'd say something stupid. But
I
got
do that
over
on a daily basis. It's fine.
Yeah.
Good. Well.
So Flavio, you've been teaching Flavio how to swear.
Yeah. So yeah, Flavio is clearly a big fan of your channel. He says I learned some new swearing words from Jeff's video. So
glad.
So we got Antonio in the chat. Antonio,
hey,
what's up, Antonio?
Oh,
We've got a few guys over in Europe that's the middle of the night still
Mhm.
joining us. So
Mm-hmm.
it's awesome.
Well, I'm gonna have to tune in. I can't do it right now because we'll lose you. We'll lose us. But remind me after this. I'll at least give you a like and subscribe, Jeff.
I was appreciated.
Oh yeah. All right, Stevie, back to you.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say what you guys got for him.
Oh, okay. Well, you first. I know you got some, Jason. So send it.
Uh-oh.
Why we keep kicking the can? I was just talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I mean, you're pretty good friends with him, I'd say. So
Yeah.
you've
We
got to have
know.
some kind of questions.
So, why don't we talk about your relationship with Mountain Dew, Jeff? A healthy decision for sure.
Yes.
I know. I think we always talk about me bullying you.
Because you do.
And but I feel like it's at least I try to make it, bullying you into doing something that's that helps you, I think.
Mhm.
So like, the Mountain Dew thing, I think you're better off for not having Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Stevie. Yeah.
So really it's for the best that I bully you, is
Yep.
what I'm trying to say. It's positive influence, I would say. Positive bullying, if that's a thing.
Bullying.
Did you bully him into Mountain Dew?
No, I bullied him out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now we
Allegedly.
got to know about this.
Allegedly.
What's the love with Mountain Dew, Jeff?
What's that?
What's the love with Mountain Dew? We have to know now.
I don't know. I always drank it when I was a kiddo, and as I've said, I was drinking like 6 cans a day, if that's a lot.
It's quite
It
a
is.
bit, Jeff. It's quite a bit.
It is.
Yeah.
I was just drinking all the time, and I think last September I was like, all right, we'll try again to stop, because I would stop all the time. I'd go a month or a week without Mountain Dew. I'd be like, you did a good job. You deserve a Mountain Dew.
Yep.
So now I just drink Gatorade Light a bunch.
There you go. Well, you sound like me in vaping, Jeff. I'm surprised to say that nicotine and sugar must have the same addictive qualities. I'm pretty sure I could stop drinking soda whenever I wanted to. But yeah, the nicotine thing.
Well, I
is
mean, the
different story.
Mountain Dew is it's high caffeine as well. So
Yes.
yeah, I know.
That never seemed to affect me. Like I could drink a Mountain Dew at 8 o'clock at night. It really wouldn't bother me. And then I went like 4 months without caffeine, and I had a caffeinated drink, and I could not go to bed. I was like,
build up the tolerance. Yep.
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 Yeah.
Well, I mean, Michelle had a good point. It's like you've obviously been a distributor. What's your actual job title?
Pepsi merchandiser. I'm the guy that fills the shelves up and
Okay. So you're a
fills the beautiful
merchandiser.
displays.
So those
Yep.
beautiful cases of Mountain Dew are staring you in the face every day.
Yep.
And you've got that much self-control just to be like, nope,
Yep.
not today. Good for you, Jeff. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
Yep. You should follow his example, Adam.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna
should,
try.
Adam.
Let me try.
Self-control
Boy,
and not dip out to go buy disposable vape
Well,
during
listen.
practice.
This episode sure went zinging out there, didn't
It did. Yeah, Sarah caught me on the ring cam, by the way, when I came back home.
Oh,
She goes,
no.
"Oh yeah, I bet you that one day of quitting worked real well for you, didn't it?" I was
Oh,
like,
man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, Jeff. I got a question
No.
for you.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, obviously you've been around for a while in the sim racing stuff. What is your favorite sim? I guess would be said, and why? And when you come to like different sims, what are the different qualities of different sims? Because I've only done iRacing and Forza, but we're not going to call that really a sim because it was on Xbox. But like you've got Assetto Corsa, Project Cars ish. The new one, Rid Sport, and there's one more as well. I'm trying to think. R Factor. Like, have you played all those, and what are the different qualities in all those?
I have iRacing. That's probably my favorite. iRacing is probably my favorite, and the one I play the most. But I also have ACC, and then I have Race Room.
Race Room. Okay.
Yep. And ACC is a lot of fun if I feel like I want to do a GT3 racing and just be left to not do multiplayer, just single player GT3 racing. I'll do that. And same thing with Race Room, but that's more like I'm feeling like the old classic touring cars. I really like the Mercedes E90.
Yeah. Well, that's a Beamer.
Yeah.
Beamers. And
No, yeah, what's the Mercedes? I love it. I can't even think what it's called now.
Doesn't matter. So what are
But
the
yes.
what are the differences in sounds? Like so everyone says that Assetto Corsa tends to have a better sounding game than iRacing does.
I don't really notice, I guess. I'm not super tuned in. The one thing I've always noticed, I've always felt iRacing looked way more realistic and looked better than like ACC. I feel like they try too hard with like the I don't know, like the sun glare and like all this over the top effects and everything, where iRacing just feels more natural looking.
Sure.
Although I still hate iRacing when it goes cloudy and you can't see anything.
Me too.
Yeah.
They like real talk. They need to fix that. And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
this we've been talking about this season, but it seems like every time we have a morning race, it's always foggy.
Yes.
It's always super cloudy and super foggy. And I think it's Dan Wood that keeps saying, is this iRacing's default morning kind
Mhm.
of setup here, where it's always like that? So yeah, I'm on board with that.
So Zippy asked you a question, Jeff. He said, "Can you drive on the grass to pass an Assetto Corsa as well?"
I haven't tried. I assume not.
There's your next challenge. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So how long? So I guess one more question about Little Blue Neon here.
Mhm.
How long has the channel been going? And I mean, what have you found for anybody that's trying to get into, making videos, stuff like that? What have you found that works out best for you to get a good audience?
I mean, I just post the videos. I didn't go into it really super concerned. Like I was happy that like one or two people watch the videos. I'm not trying to like make a channel. I'm just kind of doing this as another side hobby of sharing my iRaces with people. But I think what seems to work the best is just try to be consistent with videos each week.
Okay.
Post them the same time or that kind of thing.
Like I try to post, I mean, I've been pretty bad lately, but I try to post like the Weekend Warriors races on Monday morning before like 9 a.m. And I try to get other races. I try to schedule them. Find a schedule, just try to do it every week at the same time.
Well, I wondered how you were doing that because you're always around, but since you're working night shift, but then you don't sleep.
No, I mean, I just render the video and then you can just set a time to say, I want it to go live at this time.
Sure.
So it usually goes live when I'm at work.
Okay.
Which is fun. The few times I've screwed it up, it doesn't go live. It's like, well, shoot, no, there's nothing I do about this for the like next 10 hours.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Flavio said you used to post videos in the old forums too. So that could be helpful as well.
I've posted there a few times. I've tried Reddit once or twice, but that always doesn't seem to be a huge like I've just shared videos of like, oh, this was a fun race. That usually doesn't always seem to get a good reception all the time, but that video will get a bunch of views. But
Antonio's got one for you. Said, Jeff, what's the difference? Obviously, you drive an MX-5, which you didn't tell us. That would have been a good bit of information to know, considering it's on the service as well. But Flavio
posted
said
a picture of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. He did do that. Flavio said, "What's the difference? Between your how do you feel driving the iRacing version of the MX-5? Because there's two now. You've got the global and the legacy. So what are the differences there?"
It's been a while since I drove in the MX-5 Cup car, but I thought it felt pretty decent. I've never driven my own personal Miata as nearly as hard as I've driven it on the racetrack in the sim.
Right.
So I can't quite compare that, but I mean, it felt pretty good.
Okay. Fair enough. I guess the one thing I know a few people that drive MX-5s, and it's funny, the ones that race them, I ask them, I was like, is it this loose in real life? I mean, the thing just never wants to stay underneath you. They're like, yeah, when you start driving it, when you drive it hard, it wiggles. It wiggles big time. So.
That leads to another question. Have you done any racing or autocrossing or anything in real life?
No, I have not. I'd like to maybe sometime, but just have never. Years ago, it was my work schedule. I used to work weekends. I could just never make it out. And now I finally have weekends off, but I don't know. I don't have the time or the energy, I guess. I still would like to, but.
Well, I would say, why don't you get a new Miata and then take that old one and start tracking it.
I do have the ND.
Oh my. Okay.
There,
Now
there
there
you
is.
go.
You have absolutely no excuse at this point, Jeff.
There you go. You got a track
yeah,
car.
It's my
Trend
only
says
car. I
JG's
can't track
Take
it.
it to the
JG's going to bully
stratosphere.
you now.
Yep.
He's going to bully you.
I mean, I can't really bully him on that because I don't race him either. So
Exactly.
I'm sure, but Trenton can. Trenton will
Trenton will
take
do it.
over that
So-
deal.
Yeah, Trenton's telling you to send it to the stratosphere. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like it's a good idea with it being my only car.
Well, fix it.
Well, I'm going to take it and we're going to start wrapping this up. But talking about the Miatas and the MX-5s, Jeff,
Mhm.
I got a new league coming out
Oh yeah.
that happens to have two classes, one for the Legacy and one for the Global. And you can run either one of them.
Good segue.
And
Yeah.
we're going to kick it off the 30th, and it's going to be a 30-minute race, Miata Madness, the two different classes, and the second race is going to be the TCRs and an IMSA type style race, 40 minutes for all the TCRs, and had some awesome
TCRs.
Yep. Had some awesome news today. I pitched the thing to our friend Darren. Darren Ganji with SimMotion. He's been a buddy. He's sponsored some of our classes before, and I got my sim rig from him and my wheel, and I know several they have. And him and his company SimMotion have graciously honored and approved their spending for next year, and is going to cover the whole cost of the broadcast for the whole league. And that's 6 months worth of this league, 21 weeks. There's going to be 7 rounds, and we'll skip Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, but it's going to go all the way into April. So awesome. Shout out to SimMotion. If you need anything, give Darren a shout out. He will be more than happy. He's worked with several people to help them get what they need. But we're going to have 3 different groups. Group 1 is Miatas and TCRs, 2 races. Group 2 is going to cater to the WRL, the endurance stuff. We're going to have GT4s and run a 70-minute race, I think. And that will be the second week of round 1. The third week of round 1, we go back to the SCCA base leagues and do a Formula V and the SRFs, 30-minute races each for those. So bring them on. This time we opened up the league. It used to be a requirement to be an SCCA member to be in that league. It was the unofficial SCCA, and we've dropped that. And now it's just a club racing league and open to WRL, SCCA, SRO, Challenge Cup, Formula V guys, IMSA guys, whoever we can get. So a lot of different real world guys are going to come in. I saw Dickie Strickland, Racer X, says he's going to join for the. Yeah, so it should be a lot of fun, a lot of enthusiasts, a lot of real world guys. So I think this one is going to be a ton of fun on Wednesday nights. So look out for that. We'll be broadcasting that a little bit more. But huge shout out for Darren and SimMotion to be the single sponsor for the whole series this time out.
Start date and time on that, Stevie, if you have one yet.
30 October, Wednesday. And we're still kicking it back and forth between 8 and 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So one of those, but we'll firm that up. And got to work with Zippy and Slow Motion Broadcasting and get their A team on it. And so, this I'll be a lot of fun. So you guys come join us. Any of you guys that enjoy racing with.
Yep. And speaking of Wednesdays, this Wednesday, Slow Motion Broadcasting is having a fundraising, a charity fundraiser race. This Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I believe that's
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Even. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Formula Vs, Formula Fords, and the SRF at Road Atlanta. So if you're free tomorrow, go ahead and rock up to that. Should be a lot of fun. I know I'll be there. Zippy recruited me to go into that, so should be a lot of fun.
Yep, real quick here. I've got let me figure out how to do this. Apologize for what's about to happen here, guys. There's your picture, by the way, for tomorrow's race. So yeah, obviously take a look at that, guys, if you want to. It's on the stream, Steve. So
okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Take a gander at that, guys, and if that's something you're interested in, please do it. Obviously, it's for a great cause, and Zippy's putting it all together. I will not be there, but I hope you guys have a lot of participation, and I can't wait to hear about the drama that happens afterwards. Because anything Zippy puts together, there will be drama.
Well, it's at Road Atlanta too, so I'm sure.
Oh
yeah,
absolutely.
So, all right, I got one more to share on my schedule here, real quick. Since you were asking, we're gonna show the schedule again for this. But there you can see the Miatas TCRs kick it off at Road Atlanta again. GT4s at Sebring, Formula V's, SRF Homestead. Go back to Group 1 for round 2 at Mount Panorama. And then we'll skip. We got some COTA, some more Sebring, VIR. You can kind of see the schedule there. So,
Miata's at Daytona. Let's go.
Yeah, it's good.
I would love watching Miata races at Daytona. It's always incredible.
It's gonna be that's a good lineup. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And Formula V's SRS at Willow Springs. That'll be fun.
Yeah. We tried to line up a lot of these with real world events happening with WRL or with the IMSA, the Pilot Challenge Series that we got Morgan Burkhardt in, some of the SCCA stuff. So a lot of those will semi line up with that. So that's the plan.
Yep.
Well, Stevie, I've got some ribs that I've got to go attend to here on the smoker. So I think we got to. I'm going to very nicely ask you guys to wrap this up so my pregnant wife doesn't get angry and pregnant.
Save me some ribs.
All right, we'll do.
Did you bring in the whole class?
Yeah, I'll send them. I'll send them over to you guys.
Okay.
All right.
I'm cool then.
All right. Once again, guys, thanks so much for taking your time to help join us and help me out here. Geoff, thanks so much for being in the 4th seat and letting these guys abuse you all night. Really appreciate it. And with that, I think we'll wrap it up and say good night, all. See you next week with the Racing Line.
See you guys in a couple weeks for me. So, thanks, Geoff, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.